Yeah, well, I think so. We have 6 or 7 reports. Shouldn't be too many more. We have listening to Tim Walls.
It seems to me the only sitting, the only elected official that's is the sitting governor. So, very specific. extremely rules. Whenever that is the case, so I guess that means so it's interesting.
Chapel.
He's not there. Mike is. That's one of those movies where you might not find him in. So, okay, yesterday I think somewhat convinced celebrated and the way they see God, no, I'm back again. And then in the other night, solutions. She made a few comments. So I'm back. Then all of a sudden, this morning, the second edition. And then they stated that they were not going to close registration. And there's nothing in the rules of the convention that really specifically address the closing of the registration. So, really, we'll see.
We'll get the nomination.
Yeah.
Are you up there? No, he's up there. That's right. Oh. Oh, Mark. Okay. Oh, were you? Right.
You're not talking about the children and youth ones that Terry Burris gives out, are you? That Terry Burris?
Yes, thank you, Marvin.
Oh, I check with Terry and find out. Because he gave a report already. And he handed out some,
I can sit by.
because as far as I know, all the awards are done.
This isn't done, is it?
Oh, it might be. Test, test.
Not yet. Let's wait till we get the congressman through.
All right, let's start sitting down. Get this show back on the road. Well, after everybody left, we got about 6 reports done, so. We should be able to get through this thing and be done by about 2 o'clock. If you believe that. I haven't started yet. I got my hat right here. Doggone people picking on me all the time. Uh-oh, write-in candidate. Yeah, come on up. Come on down. Oh, okay. Oh, there he is. He's standing there. He's standing there. He's ready. Do we have to and pay tribute to colors? Salute to colors again. Sergeant Arms, please pay respect to the colors of our country. Thank you. All right, back from recess. Everybody fed? I don't want to hear any snoring out there, Logan. All right, we'll continue on with the Legion Convention Committee reports, but wait.
Mr. Commander, Mr. Commander, point of order, Mr. Commander.
Yes, sir.
Al Davis, delegate from Post 347, Baroon. In that our organization is non-political and bipartisan, and that we, the Department of Minnesota, by rule, do not allow elected officials to address our body in convention with the exception of the sitting state governor and the host city mayor. However, our organization is intimately engaged with matters relative to the actions on the VA at all levels, and Minnesota has a sitting congressman on the Joint Committee on Veterans Affairs. It is only fitting and appropriate that we hear from this person on issues relating to the veterans and the federal VA. Then I hereby move that we suspend Rule 23 for the purpose to hear from the U.S. Congressman Tim Walz for an update on the work on his committee in Washington, D.C.
I have a motion and a second on the floor. Is there any discussion? None heard. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passed. Was he here? Oh. He's here. All right, Minnesota's first congressional district spans the southern part of Minnesota, from the borders of South Dakota to Wisconsin. Tim Walz proudly serves as on the Agriculture Committee, Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. The House of Veterans Affairs Committee is committed to giving southern Minnesota a voice in Washington. Walz enlisted in the Army National Guard at the age of 17 and retired 24 years later as a command sergeant major. Walz is the highest-ranking enlisted soldier ever to serve in Congress. In addition to being in the National Guard and prior to his election to Congress, Walz was a high school geography teacher and football coach at Mankato West. Congressman Walz brings his wife, Gwen, and their two children in Mankato. Oh, lives with, sorry, not brings. He lives with his wife and two children in Mankato. Please give a big American Legion welcome to Congressman Tim Walz.
Well, thank you so much, Commander. Thank you, and to each of you, thank you, and welcome to Rochester. I'm grateful to be amongst you. My colleagues are in Washington. My peers are in this room, and I'm also grateful for the time that you scheduled. I'm a high school teacher, as you heard, so I do know the least productive time of the day is the half hour directly following lunch. So I thought, how appropriate you schedule a member of Congress, the least productive time, but. It fits, but thank you all truly for being here. Thank you for your service in uniform. Like so many of you, I come. It's a family thing. They tell us that 15% of the population lives in rural areas, yet 50% of the folks who serve in the military come from those areas. And Minnesota, being a relatively rural state, holds true. And like so many of you, my father was Korean War veteran, and 2 days after I turned 17, he took me down, and you raised your hand and you signed up, and 4 weeks later, I was in Fort Benning, and 5 weeks later, I was wondering why the hell I was in Fort Benning. And but I remember asking someone. They said, "Why did you join? Why did you become an infantryman?" And I said, "What?" And they said, "Why'd you become an infantryman? You could have done something else." And I said, "Really? You could have?" And I had no idea. And I said, "But so many of us, it was part of the tradition that you did, and you understood that." The great privilege and rights that this nation gives you, we were taught from a young age that comes with responsibility, and part of that responsibility is giving back, whether that's in uniform or giving back to your community. And I would argue it also means being engaged in the process of how this nation works. And I can tell you, both as a member of the Legion myself, as a veteran and as a teacher, I've seen all aspects of what this organization does. And I can tell you the impact you make in the programs in the schools and the Americanisms. Boys State, I am in contact. I had a young man who played football for me, and we got him into Boys State, and he was one of your past commanders. The profound impact that has on them and our communities cannot be measured. And then, of course, the work you do ensuring that this nation does two pretty fundamental things. There's strength in differences of opinion in this nation. That's healthy. I had a group come into me and they wanted to sit down and they said, Congressman, did you know you were with us on 95% of the votes last year? And I said, wow, that's quite a bit. And they wanted to talk about the 5% we weren't. They were upset. And I got to thinking on this. I said, are none of you people married? Because I'm with my wife about 70% of the time on the issues, and I love her dearly. We've been married for decades. But I think the issue being, and what we understand is having you out there of advocating, of making the case, that those differences of opinion are one thing, but we're all in this together. And the two things that you ask are very, very simple and very direct. And I would argue that no matter where you're at on the political spectrum, there's a couple things that government should be doing. One is defending this nation. And as you woke up and read the newspaper today, we all hope and pray for a peaceful world. No one prays harder for that than warriors. But it's not a peaceful world. And there's people out there that will do despicable acts, firing missiles at civilian aircraft or lobbing missiles into Israel and things like that. And it takes the righteous nation, it takes the person willing to stand up. And to be very honest, when people ask, why is it always America, is because the sons and daughters of this nation have always been willing to do so and stood up to get it. And so our job is to make sure this nation's defense is unwavering, it's as strong as it can be. We can get a lot of things wrong, and trust me, we do. We can't get that wrong. And the second one that goes hand in hand with that is making sure that this nation's commitment to our veterans is followed through on. It's a moral responsibility of this nation. Can you imagine the corruption? You see it. You saw what happened in Phoenix. You understand how there's a reason this country gets so upset when they see that abomination that happened down there and other places. It's because they understand if a nation cannot stand and deliver for its veterans, what can it stand for? What can be trusted, what can be done. And that is a very, it's absolutely American and healthy to be skeptical of government. To be cynical of government is cancerous. And if we don't deliver on our promise to our veterans, I'll tell you what starts to happen. People start to lose faith in the mission as a nation. They start to lose faith. What do our young people say? Because I can tell you when my father said, the Monday after you turn 17, we're going down to sign up, the answer was, okay, that's the way it's done. I'll tell you, it's not going to be quite so easy. And this generation has done it. We've been at war for almost 13 years, and they've signed up for it. So my thanks to you of being here. You could have been anywhere. You could take your time and talents and gone elsewhere. You could have taken your resources and gone elsewhere. When you left uniform, you didn't leave service to this. You went into your communities, you built businesses, you worked in the community, you served it, and you continue to come here today. And my greatest fear is this, that this nation gets to the point where they think it doesn't matter what they say because their elected officials aren't listening or they're going to pander to them. Because you know as well as I do, you couldn't go to Washington or St. Paul and swing a dead cat without finding somebody who's going to praise veterans. And then you turn around and wonder why it's not happening, why it's not getting done. Because we've got to follow through. And the way we follow through is this organization. And I said this when your commanders came to Washington. The American Legion is more than an organization. It's the conscience of America. You bring it and you ask it and you force people to look in the mirror and follow through. And we can have debates all day long on government, but government in this country is no more than electing the football coach down the road or the business owner from up the street. That's how we do it. And it is not pretty. Winston Churchill was right. He said democracy is the worst form of government except for every other one that's been done. And he also said this, you can always count on America to get it right after they've tried everything else first. And that's kind of who we are. We are persistent, we are stubborn, we are dedicated, but I can tell you this, I can't imagine a world, look out and see it, you see a glimpse of it today, imagine a world where American leadership is not exerted. Imagine a world where America is not seen as a beacon and a shining light. And yes, we've got a situation on our southern border, and it needs to be addressed. And this nation has every right to protect its sovereignty on this. We all understand that, but there's a flip side to this. Can you imagine what the world would look like to others if there's not a place that shines like America, if there's not a thought? And it's not the right way to go about it. What's happening with the children is not the right way to go. But you and this nation have created a place where there's no place else in the world that's better. There's no place else in the world that sounds like opportunity. And so we can get this right. We have to get it right. There is nothing, since the beginning of time, societies have risen and fallen. Governments have risen and fallen. None has lasted longer than this democracy. None has lasted longer in the midst of this. And trust me, every day people come to me and say, oh, I don't know how you can do it in Washington. I'm like, really? I have to work with these people day in and day out. How do you think that is? But you know what? I don't have to agree with them to respect them. I don't have to agree with them to respect their voters who sent folks there. And I don't have to, and it's not my decision to do this because I believe in this. Democracy requires that we find solutions. So when it comes to this issues on veterans care, when it comes to this issue on what you can do what you're doing today. Gather together, stand up, bring the credibility that comes with this. People in this country, they don't trust government. They don't trust the media. They don't trust big banks. But you know who they do trust? They trust veterans. They trust community leaders. They trust folks who are willing to use their own money to travel to Rochester to try and make this country better. So stand up and ask people to deliver. Stand up and disagree with dignity like we should do. Every time I see us disintegrate into partisan fights, I can only think of what a disrespectful thing that is, because our right to self-govern was paid for in blood. So conduct yourself in a manner that's respectful. Disagree respectfully, but at the end of the day, do this nation's bidding. Keep this nation safe. Take care of its veterans. Build some roads. And if there's some time left over, maybe do a few other things, or maybe not. Maybe stay out of the way and let people go. That's not asking all that much. But if you don't bring it up, if we don't continue to believe we can do it, we will fall short. So I'm here to tell you on this, the one area and the one place that's working. I am as angry as you are when we saw what happened in Phoenix and the shortcomings of that. Because each of you, and I bet you would echo exactly what I say, I've been saying this every day that I've been in Congress in the VA committee. I am the VA's staunchest supporter, but I will be their harshest critic when they need it. Because their mission is a zero-sum mission. If one veteran is denied care, they fail. Now, many of us in here would tell you, we get good care. We're getting things done. We use the GI Bill benefit. That's great, but it's not good enough. We should strive for better. No nation on earth cares for its veterans better than this country, and we're still not there yet. And I can tell you, for all the dysfunction you see, the one place in Congress that's working right is the VA committee. The chairman of that committee right now is Jeff Miller. He's a retired sheriff from Florida. He's a father. He's a grandfather. He's a good man. I think he's a bad golfer, he tells me. He's many things. And I see him for all those things, but I see him as a staunch supporter of this nation's veterans and a fair and honest arbitrator on how to get it right. You know what the last thing I see is a little letter behind his name. I don't give a damn if he's a Republican or a Democrat. If he's delivering on what he's supposed to do, that's what he's supposed to do. And I stand with him side by side through tooth and nail of every one of these fights. We can get this right. And here's what I would tell you as you go about your business for the rest of the day. For the shortcomings in the VA, we need to make sure we protect that core mission. We need to make sure that the American public's will of delivering for veterans is kept in place. But we need to use this as an opportunity to reform the VA where they've fallen down. We need to make sure that those middle managers, when we gave them more money to provide more nurses and more doctors, they got more bureaucrats that gummed the system up. They didn't deliver things faster. We can fix that. It doesn't have to be that way. And I'm telling you this opportunity, and we're at a conference committee, 12 of us in the House and 12 in the Senate, and the VSOs, I met with all of your commanders and legislative folks from the Legion, from the VFW, from the others. This is a once-in-a-generation opportunity to reform how the VA is done, how care is focused on the veteran first and foremost, and how we can do it in the most cost-effective, efficient manner and have a discussion. The American people agree on very little when it comes to politics. I have never run into someone in the 1st District who said, oh, by the way, make sure you guys screw it up and don't deliver care for veterans. No one has ever uttered those words. You know what I hear? You guys better get it right for the veterans. You better deliver through that. That message is being heard loud and clear. But here's the thing. I can say it all day long. Jeff Miller can say it all day long. The governor can say it. Everybody can say it. But when it's politics in this environment, it doesn't hold the same weight as when you say it. So when we write legislation, when we come up with a solution, you have got to be comfortable with it. You have got to write it, and this organization has got to lead it. So when you went and set up those emergency triage centers in Phoenix, people trusted it. They knew the Legion was there to help them out. That meant the American public was there. The VA is not going to do it alone. They better do what they're supposed to do and do it right, but this organization is there. Our faith-based organizations are there. The communities are there. So the work you're doing today and the conference you gathered here for at this time, there is maybe not a more critical time. The care that our nation's veterans that have already served going forward is going to become even more important. We've got an opportunity to reform the VA in a manner that works best, and I think we saw this today. Every one of us in here hopes and prays that we will never send our sons and daughters to war again, but we are prepared to do so if needed. Because many times, whether it was the darkest days during World War II, whether it was in Southeast Asia when communism was on the march, or whether it was radical fundamentalism throughout the Middle East, the sons and daughters of America there were to say, no, that's not going to happen. And if we're not there tomorrow, the question is as simple as this: who will be? And so this is important work. There's maybe nothing more important, but here's it again. Every time through this nation's history, no matter how difficult it's been, we've prevailed. Because I think many of you know, we've prevailed because it's people like you here. You came with the right sense of purpose. You came with a righteousness to get what's right. Our sons and daughters who went, whether it was to the Argonne Forest, or whether it was to the beaches of Normandy, or whether it was to the Swat Valley in Afghanistan, they went there to do something, to deliver basic human dignity and protect the world for freedom. So it's an important mission. It's important what you do here today. If we don't get it right, that is an unimaginable scenario for the world. It is simply unacceptable to do it. So the call, and I understand what my responsibility is, do this job with dignity, get it right, find answers, and move this country forward. And the only way that will happen is if this organization rises up and makes it happen. So with that, I thank you, welcome you to Rochester. I thank you for the work you do. Truly, may God bless each one of you. May God bless the American Legion and this great nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Walz. Who's that? What'd you say? All right, now we'll go ahead and start on the convention committee reports. First up, Americanism. Okay, Americanism doesn't want to show up, huh? All right, how about children and youth? What's that? Oh. Oh. Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, the Department President of the American Legion Auxiliary, Shirley Frederick.
That's okay. If Commander Mike had seen me just a few minutes ago, you could understand why he said, not let me come in. I just went through initiation into the past president's parley for the Legion Auxiliary. And they did let me take those items of clothing off so that I could come here in good, decent-looking clothing. I'd like to first of all say thank you to every one of you veterans for everything that you have done when you were in the service and what you have done ever since that time to make sure that our veterans have more of what they need, the care that they need, and that you continue to work with the legislatures and push the legislatures to remember that we promised to take care of our veterans when they came home. And we need to continue to push because some of our veterans, a lot of our veterans, still are not getting the medical care or even just common courtesy and respect that they deserve. So we as the American Legion Auxiliary stand beside you with our volunteering and teaching the public to say thank you and show respect and bug our congressman about getting the money out there that is needed for our veterans. For all of this, I say thank you. And Commander Mike, it has been an honor and fun to have had you as my co-pilot this year as we've traveled around the state. He's been very gracious and very kind, and even a couple times he has stood down off the platform so that I didn't look quite so short next to him in a picture. And I just really don't know what else to say to you except thank you also for the ones that have donated and took heart to my theme and my project this year, because it is assured that we did take in a whole new group of veterans when we decided to include the community-based outreach clinics with some money for their coffee supplies and that 3-year subscription to the Minnesota Legionnaire. That is going to take place, and a whole new bunch of veterans are going to learn about the American Legion and the American Legion Auxiliary and the Sons of the American Legion. Hopefully this will help them find some peace in dealing with what they went through while they were in combat, and that maybe some of them will join us and continue to help with the fight to continue to make our veterans the first responsibility of this country of ours. Thank you, Mike. I gave Mike a little gift when he was over at to see us, so I came with empty hands right now. Just a big heart of the fact that I grew up with veterans from the time I was about 3 years old, and I understand them, I appreciate them, and I have dedicated my time, and I'll continue to dedicate the rest of my life to what is good and right for our veterans. Thank you.
Thank you, President Shirley. As I said at the auxiliary meeting, it's been a true pleasure. All right, if we don't have any more surprises. Do we have an Americanism report ready? All right.
Good afternoon. Americanism Committee meeting was called to order at 1 o'clock in the North Lobby Boardroom at the Mayo Civic Center, Rochester, Minnesota on July 17, 2014. I, Tom Kunkel, was elected chairman. Dave Cochran from 7th District was elected secretary. All districts were present except for the 8th. Resolution 4 was assigned to this committee and rejected. The meeting was adjourned at 1:20 p.m. Thank you, Commander. I move for adoption of this report.
I have a motion and a second on the floor to adopt this Americanism report. All in favor? Opposed? And now we hear from children and youth. Well, there's children and youth.
Got the winners. Huh. Okay. Good afternoon, there, Legionnaires. Yeah. Okay. The Children and Youth Committee met at 1 p.m. on July 17th, 2014 in Legion Suite B at the Mayo Civic Center at Rochester. I was elected chairman and Derek Schultz was elected secretary. All districts were present, and there was no resolutions assigned to this committee. And the committee chose the post recognition for each category as it was not done at the first meeting on Wednesday. So, the district of I still don't have the dang. They never put it in.
That's all you gave us.
The post.
You gave us.
Oh. There's nothing, no post. We got no winners.
I don't know. You got a committee?
Yeah. We got no.
No winners. You're not reporting on winners. You're reporting on your resolutions, right?
We didn't have no resolutions.
Okay, then you're done. There are no resolutions. We adjourned. We moved to the adoption of this report.
Oh, okay.
There were no resolutions.
There was no resolutions, so we adjourned, and I moved for the adoption of this report.
I have a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And now Constitution and bylaws. Standing up. It's easier.
Afternoon. Everybody having fun yet? The Constitution and Bylaws Committee met at 1:05 p.m. on July 17, 2014 in McDonald Suite A in the Mayo Civic Center in Rochester, Minnesota. All districts were present except the 8th. Tom Norgard was elected chairman because he had the packet in his hand. And Dan Williams was elected secretary. We had no resolutions assigned to the committee. The meeting was adjourned at 1:08 p.m. I move that this report be adopted.
We have a motion and a second to adopt the report. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you, Tom. Energy and conservation.
Good afternoon. Energy and Conservation Committee met at 1:05 p.m. in the Mayo Civic Center, Elliott Suite A in Rochester, Minnesota on July 17, 2014. Carl Hendrickson was elected chairman. Gloria Burt was elected secretary. All 10 districts were present. No resolutions were assigned to this committee. Tree sales and conservation were discussed. There was general discussion on various approaches to selling trees. The forms are sent to each post and are also available online at the Minnesota American Legion website. The meeting was adjourned at 1:28 p.m. I move to make an adoption passed.
There's a second. Whatever. They knew what you meant. We have a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor? Opposed?
Also, I'd like to thank Mike again. This is my second year as chairman, and also just for the appointment again.
Thank you, Carl. Appreciate it. All right, membership.
Membership Committee met at 1 p.m. on July 17, 2014 at the Mayo Civic Center, Mayo Suite B in Rochester, Minnesota. Tom Fernlund was elected chairman, wrong place at the wrong time again, and Larry Ryan was elected secretary. All districts were present. Resolution 10 was assigned to this committee. The Resolution 10 was passed as amended. The Resolve Clause, resolved that the American Legion National Headquarters begin the process of approaching the Congress of the United States to recognize the Korean conflict as still ongoing, and be it further resolved that the ending date for American Legion membership eligibility for Korean War-era veterans have its closing date changed to open, thus allowing thousands of veterans to join our great organization, and be it further resolved that this resolution be forwarded to the Department of Minnesota for consideration at its regular convention to be held in Rochester, Minnesota, July 17th through the 19th, 2014, and be it further resolved that if this resolution is adopted by the Department of Minnesota, assembled in regular convention July 17th through the 19th, 2014 in Rochester, Minnesota, and be it finally resolved that it be forwarded to the American Legion National Convention to be assembled in Charlotte, North Carolina, August 22nd through the 28th, 2014 in regular session for consideration and adoption. Matters concludes my report, and I move that we adopt the resolution.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to adopt the report. All in favor? Opposed? National Security and Foreign Relations. Yeah, probably not during the session.
Good afternoon. The National Security and Foreign Relations Committee met at 1:05 p.m. on July 17, 2014 in Grand Ballroom A at the Mayo Civic Center in Rochester. 9 of the 10 districts were present. The 8th district did not have an appointed committeeman. I was elected chairman. Kurt Norbert was elected secretary. Discussion was held on enlisted person of the year for the National Guard and Reservists. A resolution drafted by the Department Committee was read. The committee voted to forward the resolution, Committee Resolution 8, to the convention floor. Discussion was held on the Beyond the Yellow Ribbon activities. Discussion was held on ROTC scholarship awards. Annual commitment to these scholarships is $5,200. Donations support this. At present, they are a little over $2,000. Your contributions will be very much appreciated. Civil Air Patrol encampment was discussed. MIA activities were discussed. A goal of 200 repatriations has been established per year. They are currently at 150 this year. Attention, all 10 district commanders and committeemen, get your pens out. This date's very important to you for several reasons. The annual meeting of the kickoff meeting for the National Security Foreign Relations Committee will be held September 26th through the 28th at Camp Ripley. Housing is available. Please be there. There were no further activities discussed by the committee. The resolution resolved reads that the American Legion institute a program to recognize the members of the National Guard and Reservists at its National Convention. And be it further resolved that this resolution be forwarded to the Department of Minnesota Convention to be held in Rochester, Minnesota, July 17th through the 18th and 19th, 2014 for concurring action, and be it finally resolved that this resolution be forwarded to the American Legion National Convention in Charlotte, North Carolina, August 22nd through 28th, 2014 for concurring action. I move for adoption of this resolution at this time.
We have a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
The meeting was adjourned at 1:45 p.m. I move for the adoption of this report.
Thanks, sir. We have a motion and a second on the floor to adopt the report. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Thank you.
I guess first one was a resolution. Yep.
Okay. Recreation and sports.
The Recreation and Sports meeting was called to order at 1 p.m. in the Riverside A room in the Mayo Civic Center in Rochester, Minnesota, July 17, 2014. Steve Nelson was elected chairman and Mickey Ostrom was elected secretary. 7 districts were present, with the 2nd, 7th, and 8th district absent. The committee was assigned with 3 resolutions. Discussion was held on resolutions 6, 16, and 17. After discussion, all 3 resolutions were rejected. Discussion was held regarding rezoning, and the recommendation was made to address this rezoning with the baseball committee. The meeting adjourned at 2:11 p.m. I may move for adoption of my report.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to adopt the report. Oh, discussion.
Resolution 17 be set aside for discussion.
He makes a motion to adopt his report with the exception of resolution 17 for no discussion.
All right, so, you want to make the motion?
I make the motion, okay. I make a motion that resolution number 17 be set aside for further discussion.
Make a motion to adopt your report without.
Okay, make a motion to adopt this report without resolution 17.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to adopt the report, except for resolution 17. Second. And a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. Discussion on resolution 17. Yes, sir. We got to get him a microphone. Got a microphone coming, Nick. Hold on.
Commander, to appropriately discuss this resolution 17, which we've set aside, I think it would be proper that we would read that resolution at this time.
Okay. Resolution 17. Baseball tournament district representation. Whereas the Minnesota American Legion, through its appointed baseball committee represented by the district baseball chairman, has successfully registered baseball teams since 1925, and whereas Minnesota has established a history of success organizing and implementing the baseball program through nationals and its own Minnesota baseball rule book, and whereas Minnesota, because of its 250 to 300 team registrations annually and being one of the few states, makes them eligible to advance 2 Division I teams to regional national tournament play. Baseball is also one of the largest Minnesota Americanism programs. And whereas the Minnesota Baseball Committee has divided its teams into 3 divisions, Division I, Division II, and Junior for age 17 and under. Registration is based on high school recruiting enrollment, counting the top 3 grades. And whereas the Division I program is designed for larger programs recruiting from 400 or more, the Division II is designed for smaller programs of 400 and less. The Division I and II programs each have each have half or an equal number of teams registered and participating. And whereas Minnesota districts play a vital role in assisting Department of Minnesota recruiting memberships, and whereas Minnesota Legion Baseball Committee decided to eliminate district team representation and qualifying teams for its annual year-end Division I tournament, the baseball committee zoned the state into 15 zones and seeded the hosting team. The committee decided to arbitrarily seat teams by zone for Division I 16-team double elimination for the 2013 and 2014 state tournaments. And whereas the 2013 Division I zone tournament resulted in 3 districts not being seeded with a team to represent them in the year-end tournament, and whereas the Division II teams continue to qualify teams by district, however, 2 metro districts not having teams eligible or interested in playing Division II baseball, and whereas Minnesota districts are a vital part of the Department of Minnesota and deserve to be granted state representation in all department committees, all 10 districts should at least be granted the option to participate if they have qualified teams and should not be excluded from representation. Now therefore be it resolved that the Minnesota Department Commander and the Executive Committee instruct the Department Baseball Committee to include and offer all districts seated representation in all Division I and Division II Department annual state baseball tournaments, and be it further resolved that this requirement to offer all 10 districts to be seated in the state baseball tournament be included and implemented with the 2015 year-end rule book, and be it finally resolved that this resolution be forwarded to the Minnesota Department Convention July 17, 18, 19, 2014 in Rochester, Minnesota for its adoption and implementation.
Let's pick a shorter one next time. Mr. Commander?
Yes, sir.
My name is Nick Kakos. I'm delegate from Hellenic Post 129, Minneapolis, and I'm speaking on behalf of the 5th District Caucus, which discussed the issue this morning. I also want to point out that the 7th District has also endorsed this resolution, and Resolution 17 originated in the 7th District. 17 was amended by the committee yesterday to delete reference to Division II as not being applicable. At this time, I would like to move that Resolution 17, excluding reference to Division II, be approved by this convention. I speak that on behalf of my experience in baseball. I was on the state baseball committee for about 11 years. I ran the 5th District baseball program, and I'm not bragging, but I was elected in 2001 on the Minnesota American Legion Baseball Hall of Fame in Minnesota. This resolution eliminates one of the cardinal principles that this department has been so successful, and that is district competition. District competition. We use it for membership. We use it for all of our programs. Last year, 3 teams did not have the opportunity to participate in the state tournament. The 4th, the 5th, and the 9th. Under the rezoning program, Excelsior, a powerhouse team, is having its zone in Minneapolis. There's no chance in hell, or no chance, excuse me, that Minneapolis will ever get a team to qualify for the state tournament. The district director for Zone 5, District 5, was assigned to run the zone in Anoka. Jim Peck, the champion, the coach of the Excelsior team, was in Minneapolis to run that. Of our 6 teams, 1 participated in Anoka, 3 participated in Minneapolis, and 2 participated in the 3rd District. Currently, our 6 teams are playing in the 10th District baseball. We do not have a 5th District program as a result of this motion. I believe the situation is similar in other areas. I think it's, if we leave it just, but this motion here, very important, the previous requirement people said was not equal distribution. Under the previous format, it was 16 teams. Every team in the state tournament, every team in the district had an entry in a state tournament. Those districts that had great number of teams were equally represented. The 10th district had 40-some teams. They had 44 representatives. The 3rd district has 30-some teams. They had 3. All the others had at least 1. It was a true state tournament representing all 10 districts in Minnesota. And I think it's vital that we continue that if we want to maintain the American Legion and continued success of our greatest program and one of the greatest in the United States. So I move for the adoption of Resolution 17, excluding reference to Division 2.
All references. Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor do we have any more?
Mr. Commander, Al Davis, delegate from Post 347, Baroon. I'm a little unsure at this point in time as to which motion is on the floor, because the original motion by the committee chair was to reject the resolution. Now we have another motion on the floor to accept the resolution. I'm unsure at this point in time, are we voting for the resolution or against the resolution?
Well, that's a good point. Nick, do you think that we had originally said that we rejected this, we rejected it totally? Would that fulfill your needs also?
I requested that Resolution 17 be set aside.
Right.
And following that, I moved for the adoption of 17.
Okay.
So I think the motion is in order and it's proper.
Okay, so we're going to adopt. We're going to move for the motion to be accepted without any reference to Division 2. Okay. Oh, yeah, let me get a second first, if we have. Okay, we got a second.
Okay, then that being the case, Mr. Commander, is this microphone working? Can you all hear me? All right, thank you. Thank you. Then that being the case, then I would rise to oppose the adoption of this resolution. Number one, several of the whereases are inaccurate in the resolution. It states that that some districts did not have representation in the state tournament, and I know that not many of you have brought your 2015 or 2014 rule book along, but I would read from one sentence from that rule book, page number 30, Rule 11, Senior Division I Tournament Regulations, which states that sub-district, district, and sub-state playoff tournaments constitute the beginning of state tournament competition. So in that case, all 154 teams in the state of Minnesota that are registered as Division I programs are in the state tournament as soon as they finish their league or district play. Now it's been brought out that there is no more district competition, which is totally false. Any district at this point in time can still have district competition. Nothing in the baseball rules prevent any district from having district competition and crowning a district champion. The only rule is that once we start elimination play, which starts next week, all 154 teams are in it. It's, if you would like to think of it as the NCAA bracket, where all 64 teams begin NCAA bracket. Now, of course, not all 64 of those teams end up in Charlotte, North Carolina in the Final Four. because they're eliminated somewhere along the way, and that's what is happening in baseball. And I think if you also look at what we have said several times this weekend, that the Minnesota is now the largest program in the nation. And I think that NEC Ray reported yesterday that the national program has lost 1,300 teams in the last 4 years. Minnesota has not seen any attrition in this program. And basically the reason for that is we have a baseball committee that is adapted to changing times. We need to change as the times change. We need to change. And so I would ask that this resolution be rejected. Let the baseball committee do what the baseball committee has done and grown our program into the largest one in the nation. If we start micromanaging all the programs, the next thing we can look for is someone coming to the convention with resolutions regarding the oratorical program or the Eagle Scout of the Year program that we don't like the way they're run, and now we're going to start micromanaging them. I think we have a standing committee in place that's doing a wonderful job. If we were 23rd or 50th in the nation in the baseball program, I think we might need to look at it. But we've got plenty of places to look at for improvement. We do not need to look at the most successful program that we have in the state of Minnesota. Thank you.
Commander.
Thank you, Al.
Oh, that's a loud one. There is John Weiss, Arcade Phelan, 4th District. I'd like to correct the gentleman. There is attrition going on in Legion baseball. Arcade Phelan is a prime example of it. We didn't field a team this year because we couldn't get enough kids out of the district in our limited area to field a team. So yes, there is attrition going on. He's made a statement that there's no attrition in Legion baseball, and
Yep,
there is. It's
but
happening in the inner city.
Is it germane to this resolution?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because how do you recruit kids to play if they don't have a chance to play? The idea of playing in the state tournament, in the district play, and all that stuff. It's very difficult to recruit kids to play baseball in the inner city. And if you look at what's happening, when Major League Baseball was here, when the All-Star team was here, or game, excuse me, they came in, they fixed all these fields, they pay for all this stuff. They have the RBI program. They're having problems in the inner city getting kids to play baseball. Well, we're running into it too, and one of our things we got to say to these kids was, you have a chance to go to the state tournament and be on a big field and maybe win a national championship. But he made a statement that I just found totally inaccurate, and it was in support of what he had to say.
All right. We'll call the question. All in favor of adopting Resolution 17 with the amended Division 2 removed from it, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Aye. Yeah, I knew this was going to happen. Yeah, you got it. Gonna have to. Have them stand up. You think we can do it that way? Okay, let's try it this way first. Let's have all those in favor of the amended resolution stand up. All right, please sit down, and all those opposed, please stand. Jeremy's cut off. All right, sit down. Okay, the count is 115 against, 62 for. The adoption of the resolution fails. All right. That's the end of your report, right? Okay, we adopted? Okay. I don't know where we're at. I thank you all very much. And I heard somebody out there say, how do you know we're all delegates? Because we're Legionnaires. And we don't cheat. We do a lot of stuff, but we don't cheat. All right. Yeah, we did the adoption. Yeah. I think all we've got left. Resolution. Yep. Resolutions Committee.
Good afternoon. Commander Mike, the Resolutions Committee meeting was called to order at 1 o'clock at Riverside Suite C2 at the Mayo Civic Center in Rochester, Minnesota, July 17, 2014. Roger Olson was elected chairman, Lloyd Ricker was elected secretary, and Lynn Nottage was appointed assistant secretary. 9 districts are present. The committee was assigned with resolutions 1, 5, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 14, 19, 20, and 21. Resolutions were discussed in depth. Resolutions 1, 5, 7, 8, and 19 were combined into Resolution 5 as a carrying resolution. Resolution 5 was passed and amended and forwarded to the Finance Committee for concurring action. Resolutions 9, 11, and 12 were rejected. Resolution 14 was ruled out of order based on the clause stating that only American Legion riders could vote on this resolution. Resolutions 20 and 21. Resolution 20 was adopted as a carrying resolution with 21 from the SAL as a supporting resolution. Resolution 5. Resolved that the National Convention delegate positions unfilled at a district convention and remain unfilled until the start of the department convention shall be added to the number of delegates at large to be elected at that year's department convention, and be it further resolved that this resolution be effective with the business of the 2014 Department of Minnesota Convention, and then it be it finally resolved that this resolution be forwarded to the Department of Minnesota Convention to be held in Rochester, Minnesota, July 17th and 18th and 19th for concurring action. Commander, I move for the adoption of this resolution.
We have a motion and a second to approve the resolution. All in favor? Opposed? Passed.
Resolution 20, resolved that the Minnesota American Legion hereby endorses Dennis J. Hinkemeyer for the high office of National Vice Commander Central of the Sons of the American Legion at a future time and year as that may become available. And be it further resolved that this resolution be forwarded to the Department of Minnesota of the American Legion Department Convention assembled in Rochester on the 17th, 18th, 19th of July, 2014 for concurrent action. And be it finally resolved that this resolution be sent to the National Convention of the American Legion to be held in Charlotte, North Carolina, August 26th to 28th for 2014 for concurring action. Commander, I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Motion and a second on the floor to accept this resolution. All in favor? Opposed?
And Commander, we adjourned at 2 o'clock. It was one of the best resolution committees that I've ever been at. We had a lot of discussion and nothing was missed. Commander, I move for the adoption of the report.
Got a motion and a second to approve the report. All in favor? Opposed? All right. Did I miss any committee? Yeah, we got them already. Okay, we'll have the final membership awards. Tom Fernlin, Membership Director.
Thank you, Commander. First of all, before I get started here, yes, my wife Veronica is here. Figured I'd better mention that. You never know what can happen. She's Air Force, though. Yeah. Wow, what a year. What an experience. Commander Mike, thank you for all that you did this year, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of your team. We had the opportunity to introduce the basis or the beginning of a 5-year plan for increasing membership and post-development. This is a 5-year plan which was started to develop actions long-term to reverse the motion of decreasing membership. Now, it's not a magic potion to turn the trend around overnight, but it's a guide to get us on the path. And it needs to stay fluid for the future teams. I started the year introducing AL's tools. There's American Legion's tools of opportunity and sharing. I looked at this position as an opportunity to share and educate the tools that are available to us for recruiting and retaining. Like the 5-year plan, it was a start. We wanted to do something different with the rallies, along with the introduction of the version 2014 Premier Race. As the year progressed, I fell a little bit into that trap of the business as usual. You know, business as usual is not going to cut it. But it'll take much more work and persistence. But if we can keep working the 5-year plan, we'll be able to adapt and accept some change. The district revitalizations that were held this year were a great learning experience that needs to stay contagious and keep happening in all our districts. Our latest membership numbers as of Monday that I received, we were at 81,186 members in department. It's a 96.03%, but we're still 3,357 behind our goal. Nationally, they just did the transmittals to national, I believe, like Monday or Tuesday. They still have us at 95.06%. And that has us nationally at 38th place. But out of those 38 above, or 37 above us, there's only 3 departments that have more membership turned in than what we do. But I want to thank everyone for all what you do. All your hard work, it does make a difference. So I'd like to go into a couple of the rewards or awards. First of all, this is a real fancy written one. You can't see it. I'd like Vice Commander Denise Milton to come up. I did give a challenge to the vice commanders that whoever came out on top at the convention among the districts, that they'd get $100. So this is my IOU for $100 to the top department vice commander for 2013, 2014.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
6th and 9th, Vice Commander Denise Milton.
There. I have my proof. That's all right. I trust you. Dennis wanted to do one. Are you done, dear? Okay. Thank you again.
Thank you for everything.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Okay, for the Silver and Gold Brigade winners, the awards haven't come in, so they'll actually be mailed out, but we'll do the announcements. For the Silver Brigade, it's the 3rd District, Post 225. It was Don Scow. Congratulations, Don. The Gold Brigade goes to the 5th District, Post 435, Dennis DeLong. Dennis? They said, unfortunately, they didn't come in, so we will get those to you. Congratulations. Yeah. Yeah, I should probably save this one for later, but we'll get into this. This one almost got me in trouble this year, but after our last rally out in Montevideo, I put out a challenge. I was kind of looking at the numbers, and they weren't progressing where we'd like to see them go, and tried to figure out some way to make a challenge to try and get our membership percentage increased. So I put out that there'd be a $2,000 goal, I guess, that I'd give out to the districts that made that 96% by this last Monday, July 14th. And it took a while. I was kind of getting worried that we wouldn't make at least the 96%. I was hoping that we could even boost that up higher, that we could shoot for the 97, 98, a little higher, but everybody's working hard on everything that they're doing, and I really appreciate it. But we did have 2 districts make that 96% by Monday. They were the 3rd District and the 9th District. So if Commander from the 3rd District, Mark Dvorak, and 9th District Commander Tom Norgard can come up, and they're splitting that $2,000. I was kind of teasing Jason out of the 9th that the trip to National is going to be expensive, that they might only be able to split what was left over after I get done with it. But congratulations, 3rd and 9th. Okay, now I'd like to present the premier race winner. Now there was a little change to the race this year. There's probably going to be a few bugs, but we'll work it out with the new team coming in, seeing how we can definitely fine-tune the new races. And the premier race winner this year was 3rd District and Commander Mark Dvorak. Again, I just want to say thank you to everybody for all the hospitality as we traveled around the state, and just want to say thank you for all that you do. It's fantastic. And Commander, thank you for this great opportunity.
Thank you very much, Tom.
I'll take your book.
All right, let's see. Guess we go into nominations, huh? How about that? All right. Oh, man, yeah, we are. Okay, you're recognized. Hey, you're supposed to give your name and you.
I think we should give a big round of applause for Tom Fernlin. Is it on? Okay. If we could give a big round of applause for Tom Fernlin. 5th District.
Absolutely.
5th District did a revitalization on the snowiest day. It was at the same time as the oratorical. He drove from St. Cloud, took him 4.5 hours to get to Minneapolis Post 435 for the 5th District revitalization, and he came for the revitalization. That's the dedication that you got this year from Tom Fernlin.
Tom has worked tirelessly all year, and with a full-time job, I know for a fact that's not easy. So he did a fantastic job, and thank you, Dennis, for pointing that out. Nominations. All yours.
Thank you, Commander. Being that the year is 2014, we will start with the 4th District. Each district will be asked will be recognized, and we will go through the process. As we do, you have 4 options. You can either nominate, which may and can include recognizing someone for the purpose of a nomination. We ask that nominating speeches be limited to 3 minutes. You may pass, or you may yield to another district, or you may second the recommendation nomination of another district. So starting out with a roll call of nominations for the high position of Department Commander. Starting with District 4. District 4, what is your pleasure?
Carol Bird.
Who?
Be sure that you have your commanders prepared and ready to do their part.
I apologize. The department commander's wife had my attention for a moment.
Okay. I can relate to that, Commander.
Carol Bird Partridge, 4th District Commander. I would like to yield to the second. Thank you.
4th District yields to the second. 2nd District.
2nd District, Gene Ozel, District Commander. Mr. Adjutant, I ask the Chair to recognize James Comfort for the purpose of a nomination.
Recognize Jim Cofer for the purposes of a nomination. I said Jay somebody.
Thank you, Commander. Good afternoon, alternates, or delegates, alternates, and guests. It's my sincere pleasure to be here to nominate a very capable Legionnaire. Mike has been married to his wife Nina for 36 years and has 3 children and 4 grandchildren. All are members of the American Legion family. He is a 42-year member of the Lionel Bedreau Post. He is an Air Force veteran of the Vietnam era. He has served his post as commander and in many positions and chairmanships. On the district level, he has served the 2nd District Commander, Membership Director, leading the district to many membership awards. On the department level, he has served in many chairmanships and he's been a past sergeant at arms, the 2nd and 7th vice commander, and as department membership director in 2007-2008. He led the membership team to over 100,000 members and kept the department in the top 5% or top 5 places for the membership race in the nation throughout the year. He also, for 11 straight weeks, had us in #1 position, and that was also when the department, our national commander was here. Let's see. By serving as, convention 18 years. Yeah, he has served for 18 years. He has helped out at the National Convention by serving as an assistant sergeant at arms. He is was a member of the National Distinguished Guest Committee and currently is serving on the National Security Committee. He is a member of Anavicus, the National Sergeant at Arms Club, the Lions, the KCs, the SAL, and 40 and 8, and the Nitty Bitties. His plans for the department is to concentrate on education and mentoring of members, getting the word out on the world's best kept secret, the American Legion. Commander, it gives me much pleasure at this time to place in nomination the name of Michael Schaefer as nominee to department commander.
The 2nd District nominates Mike Schaefer. 5th District.
Mr. Commander, the 5th District passes.
5th District passes. 6th District.
6th District Vice Commander Bert Massey, absent the floor recognized Carl Moon for the purpose of nomination.
Floor recognized Carl Moon is for purposes of nomination.
Commander Ash, past National Commander Ludwig, NEC Ray, and alternate NEC Marlin. I'm here today to give you just a little insight on why you should consider our 6th District candidate as your next department commander. The job of commander has a lot to do with public relations and public speaking. Peggy started developing her public relations skills as an airman stationed at Travis Air Force Base in California. Peggy worked alongside the local news media and wrote for the area newspapers. And my most favorite part, how I met her, was she gave tours on the base and of the aircraft, and that's how we met. Yeah. There's another story, but I can't say that. Anyway. After we were married, our first assignment was Keesler Air Force Base, where Peggy worked at the Hilton Hotels and Convention Sales. Our next assignment was Torrejon Air Base, Madrid, Spain. And jobs are kind of hard for spouses to come by, so Peggy volunteered at the Red Cross station. Her job, notifying active duty personnel when there was an emergency or death at home, and she'll tell you that having a full box of Kleenex was a vital instrument for this job. She helped make arrangements so that these people could get home and secure leave and get back to their family in the States. After we returned to the States, Peggy continued to be employed. She worked for the Hotel Sofitel as catering manager and later as catering director for Leanne Chen's. After coming back from overseas, Peggy also attended her first Post meeting. This was at the Kriesel Jacobson Post in her hometown of Zimmerman. She's barely missed a meeting since that time, and she has a strong attachment to that post, for it's named for her great uncle, Robert Kriesel. You've all had a chance to read her brochures, so I'm not going to go into details here, but let it suffice to say that she's had a lot of experience with the American Legion, not only in the post level, but the district, department, and national levels as well. She's held most leadership positions and has actually worked the programs. She continues to serve as a judge at department oratorical contests and has volunteered at Minnesota Boys State for 15 years. In 1994, Peggy was appointed to the Minnesota Gambling Control Board by Governor Carlson. In 1998, she became the chairman of the Gambling Control Board and remained in that position in 2009. being reappointed by Governors Ventura and Pawlenty. And I'll tell you which one she had the most difficult with, but we won't go into that either. During this time, Peggy had lots of interaction with our state legislatures and testified before the Senate. Peggy strongly believes in the traditions and the foundation of our organization, the 4 pillars. With that said, she also recognizes the need for change, but in moderation. Her conviction to do that which is right and not take the easy way out just because it's available is one of her characteristics, and trust me, I know this very well. Therefore, as a duly elected delegate to this convention, it's with sincere and deep personal pride that I place the name of Peggy Elizabeth Moon in nomination for the high office of Commander for the Department of Minnesota American Legion for the year 2014-2015. Thank you, Commander.
The 6th District nominates Peggy Moon. 7th District.
7th District, select the second Mike Schaefer for Department Commander for 2014-2015.
The 7th District seconds the nomination of Mike Schaefer. 8th District.
8th District passes.
8th District passes. 9th District. The 9th District seconds the motion for Peggy Moon. 10th District.
10th District passes.
10th District passes. 1st District.
1st District passes.
1st District passes. 3rd District.
The 3rd District passes.
The 3rd District passes. 4th District, you previously yielded.
4th District passes.
4th District passes. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? That don't happen until Saturday. And only on single unanimous ballot. That's it. All right. I'll entertain a motion to close nominations for Department Commander.
I'll entertain a motion to close nominations for Department Commander. I have a motion and a second on the floor. All right. I have a motion and a second on the floor to close nominations for Department Commander. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Thank you, Commander. Roll call for nominations for the 5 Vice Commanders of the Department of Minnesota. 4th District, what is your pleasure?
The 4th District would like to place into nomination for the Vice Commander of the 4th and 5th District, Dennis DeLong.
The 4th District nominates for Vice Commander for 4th and 5th District, Dennis DeLong. Fifth District.
Mr. Commander, the 5th District wishes to second the nomination of the 4th District.
5th District seconds the nomination of Dennis DeLong. 6th District. The 6th District nominates Mel Brusler for Vice Commander, Department of Minnesota. 7th District.
7th District passes.
7th District passes. 8th District.
8th District yields to the 10th District for nomination.
8th District yields to the 10th District. 10th District.
10th District nominates Carl Hendrickson for the office of 8th and 10th Vice Commander.
The 10th District nominates Carl Hendrickson for the office of Department Vice Commander. 9th District.
Bruce as 6th and 9th Department Commander, Department Vice Commander.
The 9th District seconds the nomination of Mel Brusler for the office of Vice Commander, the Department of Minnesota. 1st District.
First District nominates Glenn Mueller from Post 90 St. Charles.
1st District nominates Glenn Mueller for the office of Vice Commander, the Department of Minnesota. 2nd District.
2nd District passes.
2nd District passes. 3rd District.
3rd District seconds the nomination of Glenn Mueller for Department Vice Commander.
3rd District seconds the nomination of Glenn Mueller for the Department Vice Commander of the Department of Minnesota. 8th District, you previously yielded to the 10th.
2nd nomination, Carl Hendrickson.
The 8th District seconds the nomination of Carl Hendrickson for the position of Vice Commander of the Department of Minnesota. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
Nominate Clint Burke for the office of Department Vice Commander.
There are no other nominations for the office of Vice Commander.
Mr. Commander, 7th District, I kind of goofed up a little bit, and I should have yielded to the 2nd, but for nomination for Arnie Gillen for 2nd and 7th. Vice Commander, I can't do that. Okay.
I am lost now. Arnie Gunnell. 2nd District nominates Arnie Gunnell. 7th District nominates Arnie Gunnell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
I have a motion and a second to close nominations for Vice Commander. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Roll call for nominations, the office of Department Sergeant at Arms, Department of Minnesota. 4th District, what is your pleasure?
4th District pass.
4th District passes. 5th District. 5th District passes. 6th District. 6th District passes. 7th District.
7th District passes.
7th District passes. 8th District.
Passes.
8th District passes. 9th District. 9th District passes. 10th District.
10th passes.
10th District passes. 1st District.
1st District passes.
1st District passes. 2nd District.
2nd District passes.
2nd District passes. 3rd District.
3rd District passes.
3rd District passes. 2nd District, are you sure that you wanted to pass?
Change that to 2nd District seconds the motion.
There was no first of a motion.
Second District nominates Floyd Kummerow for nomination.
Thank you. The 2nd District nominates Floyd Kummerow.
Chair recognizes Floyd Kummerow for the purposes of nomination. I think that's what you meant.
I think we got it. Gives me great honor to nominate Clint Burke for Sergeant of the Arms. He served his post with great honors. He served the 2nd District as commander. He's a 39-year veteran of the Air Force. I believe he'll do a great job as Sergeant of the Arms. Thank you.
Thank you, Second District. Second District nominates Clinton Burt for the office of Department Sergeant at Arms. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
Motion and a second to close nominations. All in favor? Opposed?
Thank you, Commander. Continuing on, roll call for nominations for the High Office of Department Historian, Department of Minnesota. 4th District, what is your pleasure?
4th District pass.
4th District passes. 5th District.
5th District. 5th District requests the chair to receive Kurt Nornberg for the purpose of nomination.
Floor recognizes Kurt Nornberg for the purposes of nomination. General?
Am I in order?
Keep it short.
You've always been short. I can't. Mr. Commander, it's my privilege to nominate for Minnesota Department Historian for the year 2014-2015 of Mr. Gary H. Olson. I say H. Olson because I looked at my computer and I got 5 Gary Olsons in it. I have to be careful who I'm talking about. Gary qualifies as a legionnaire for his active duty in the Air Force, his reserve duty in the National Guard, and the reserve duty in the Air Reserve for a total of 37 years. He's a member of the Moorhead American Legion Post in the 9th District. Gary has been an active member at the post, district, and department level, and I'm sure you've noticed him around here in this convention. He has been the department chaplain back in 10 and 11, and Sergeant of Arms the year after that. Historian indicates that you're supposed to know something about the organization and add to it. And he's been around a lot of years. I also know that he is a pretty good writer because he has edited several newsletters, and not only in this organization, but others. So I think he's pretty well qualified to take on this role of historian for American Legion. Thank you, Commander.
The 5th District nominates Gary H. Olson. 6th District. 6th District passes. 7th District.
7th District passes.
7th District passes. 8th District.
8th District passes.
8th District passes. 9th District.
Nomination of Gary H. Olson for historian.
The 9th District seconds the nomination of Gary H. Olson for the office of Department Historian. 10th District.
10th passes.
10th District passes. 1st District.
1st District passes.
1st District passes. 2nd District.
2nd District passes.
2nd District passes. 3rd District.
3rd District passes.
3rd District passes. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
Have a motion and a second to close nominations. All in favor? Opposed?
Roll call for nominations of the Office of Department Chaplain, Department of Minnesota. 4th District, what is your pleasure?
At this time, I would like to recognize Teresa Ash for the opportunity to nominate for chaplain.
Commander, I would...
Floor recognizes Teresa Ash for the purposes of a nomination. Settle down.
Commander, I would like to recognize Steve Klinkner from Post 19, Medelia, for Department Chaplain. 6 years in the Army, member of Post 19, 38 years, Post Commander, Post Adjutant, Membership Director, District Historian, Judge Advocate Chaplain. Holy goodness, and a whole lot more. So I write his name in as Steve K, y'all, because I can't spell it either. Commander, I move. That's it.
Thank you. The 4th District nominates Steve Klinkner for the office of Department Chaplain. 5th District.
Mr. Commander, 5th District passes.
5th District passes. 6th District. 6th District passes. 7th District. 7th District passes. 8th District. 8th District passes. 9th District. 9th District passes. 10th District.
The 10th recognizes James Cofer for the purpose of nomination.
Floor recognizes James Gopher for the purposes of nomination.
Thank you, Commander. Again, afternoon, delegates, alternates, and guests. I'm here to place the name of Daryl Redepenning in the position for chaplain for the coming year. A few years ago, he was our membership team leader, and you remember how he did there. He's a very dedicated individual and will lay his dignity to this office of chaplain. With that, Mr. Commander, I put the name of Daryl Redepenning in the office of chaplain.
The 10th District nominates Daryl Redepenning for the office of Department Chaplain, Department of Minnesota. 1st District.
1st District passes.
1st District passes. 2nd District. 2nd District.
2nd District seconds the nomination for Stephen Klinkner.
2nd District seconds the nomination for Stephen Klinkner. 3rd District.
3rd District passes.
3rd District passes. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
Have a motion and a second to close nominations. All in favor? Opposed?
Roll call for the nomination of 4 delegates at large. As a result of a resolution passed at this convention, we have changed that process, so there are 4 that we will be looking for at this particular time and place. 4th District, what is your pleasure?
4th District would like to nominate Larry Ryan.
4th District nominates Larry Ryan to be a delegate at large for the Department of Minnesota, the National Convention. 5th District. 5th District passes. 6th District. 6th District nominates Wes Thompson for the position of delegate at large, the Department of Minnesota to the National Convention. 7th District.
7th District passes.
7th District passes. 8th District. 8th District passes. 9th District. 9th District passes. 10th District.
10th passes.
10th District passes. 1st District.
1st District passes.
1st District passes. 2nd District. 2nd District passes. 3rd District.
3rd District requests the chair recognize Don Pancake for purpose of nomination.
Chair recognizes Don Pancake.
Mr. Chairman, the 3rd District nominates Vice Commander Joseph Neeson for alternate delegate at large.
No, delegate. Delegate.
Delegate at large. Yep.
The 3rd District nominates Joe Neeson for the position of delegate at large from the Department of Minnesota to the National Convention. Are there any other nominations?
The 10th nominates Dave Wendt.
The 10th District previously passed, now nominates Dave Wendt for the position of delegate at large, Department of Minnesota to the National Convention. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
We have a motion and a second to close nominations. All in favor? Opposed?
Roll call for nominations for the position of Board of Publications, the Department of Minnesota. 4th District, what is your pleasure?
4th District pass.
4th District passes. 5th District. 5th District passes. 6th District. 6th District passes. 7th District. 7th District passes. 8th District. 8th District passes. 9th District. 9th District passes. 10th District. 10th District passes. 1st District. 1st District passes. 2nd District. 2nd District passes. 3rd District. 3rd District passes. Are there any nominations? Are there any nominations?
9th District would like to nominate Dennis J. Henkemeyer for the Board of Publications.
10th District nominates Dennis J. Henkemeyer for the position. 9th District, I'm sorry, you got me. 9th District nominates Dennis J. Henkemeyer for the position of on the Board of Publications of the Department of Minnesota. Are there any other nominations? 5th District. 5th District nominates Joe Bear for the position of Board of Publications for the Department of Minnesota. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
And a motion and a second to close nominations. All in favor? Opposed? Yes, sir.
I believe that Joe Bear, who's missed the first time around, is actually the incumbent for that particular position. The first time around, I believe the 5th District meant to nominate Joe Bear. They didn't until this time around. Joe is the incumbent on that board, so I respectfully withdraw.
Ninth District withdraws their nomination of Dennis Henkemeyer.
Now we can close nominations. All in favor? Opposed? Thanks, Dennis. Okay. Oh, that's it. That's it then. We're all done. Cool beans. Time is it? Today? Yes, sir.
I'd like to make the motion that the unopposed individuals that have been named here today be elected by a single white ballot by the adjutant.
I'm sorry, but the rules apply that the election takes place on Saturday. So jump up tomorrow and do that. But thanks, I like the way you think. So what should we do now? Okay. We're going to have the judge advocate come up and go over voting rules and regulations.
Okay, most of you have been through this drill, but I'm going to go over the instructions carefully anyway. Are we here? There we go. Most of you have been through this. Some of you are new. I'd like all of you to listen carefully, please, and so we can make this smooth and quick and move on with it. If you have any questions, there are instructions posted out in the lobby and on the doors going outside. You can read those and take a look at the ballot before you come in to vote. The location of voting, which will happen right after we convene today, is in Ballroom A. You go down the hall to your left when you go out of this auditorium, go to the end of the hall, take another left, and it's the first room on your left. It's Ballroom A. The time, there is a discrepancy here in that the Rules Committee changed the time of the voting today to be for 1/2 hour after we open the polls after we adjourn. That previously was 1 hour, and that's what it says in the booklet. Basically, it's now 1/2 hour under the rules. We're not going to close the door in anybody's face, but we've had a problem every year where it's all done in 1/2 hour, and I have 10 people sitting there wanting to be getting ready for the parade, and we're waiting for somebody to come and vote, and they never come. So it'll be 1/2 hour after we close the convention business today, and then tomorrow it's from 8 until 9. Now the process, there are 2 contested races. One is for commander. When you get the ballot, you will see that the 2 candidates for commander are on there, and you'll just put an X by the one for whom you wish to vote. The second contested race is for chaplain. If you were here yesterday, you learned that we had a chaplain candidate who, because of the Constitution, is not eligible to hold that position because he can't succeed himself, and he was chaplain last year. So we have to do a write-in ballot on this. The names are Klinkner and Redepenning. I have put those names on signs around the wall in the voting room, so if you want to know how to spell them, you can look up there and look at them. And I hope you will print carefully, and so that we can process through that. We've really never done a write-in vote here in the 15 years since we've had secret paper ballot. So please print clearly. The other races on the ballot are not contested. So if you're checking for somebody for historian or for sergeant at arms, you're wasting your time. Nobody's going to look at it. You vote for a commander, you vote for a chaplain, and that's all you need to put on that ballot. There are 2 ways to do this. You can tell your delegation chairman how you want to vote. He collects everybody's ideas in your post. He goes in, he gets the ballots, however many you're entitled to, and he votes them according to what you told him. Or you can all go in together, because the ballots for each post will only be handed out once. You'll have to all be there then. Your delegate chairman can hand them out, and you can cast them there. The ballots don't leave the room. You'll be entering one door. You'll be going to the teller who has the ballots for your district. There are signs on the walls for each district. Get your number of ballots, sign for them, mark them, put them in the box, and leave by the other door. That's basically it. I have the 10 tellers. You know who you are. Please immediately get over to that room as soon as business adjourns here, so we can set ourselves up and we can get this taken care of for the voting tonight. And then remember, if you don't get over there today, it's 8 until 9 tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes. The question was, is Don Walzer retiring? And yes, he is.
Don has been our judge advocate for 20-some years. It's my understanding. Mr. Walzer has been our judge advocate for 20-some years, and he's stepping down. I think we owe him a tremendous amount of thank you and applause. So.
Absolutely, Don's done a great service to the American Legion. And we have some announcements by Randy.
Thank you again, Commander. Some final announcements. Just as a reminder, rehearsal for installation ceremony will be immediately following everything going on here. If you got to vote, we want you to go vote because you got that half hour, but we'll work around that, get your voting done, come back here. We need to rehearse for tomorrow's ceremony, those that are on the ballot. So you have an opportunity to win. You should come back, and hopefully we'll get you in here. We'll get a rehearsal set up. Photos will be taken immediately following the conclusion of the convention in Legion Room B. Please dress appropriately tomorrow. No shorts and flip-flops until you go to the commander's party at the National Convention. So dress appropriately for tomorrow. That'll be your official photograph. And again, war story books are available. So thank you, Commander.
And don't forget, we got nitty bitty meeting in 264 to Grand Kaler at 4:00. Well, I guess that's about it. I guess I will thank everyone right now. The what? Oh, it's usually up to the districts to do that. Yes, sir. Okay. Check with the districts then. Oh, okay. The parade chairman from each district. Check with your district parade chairman, and they will let you know what to wear. The districts. At the districts, yeah. Each of the districts. Yes, sir.
It says in the booklet 9 o'clock, and I wonder, are you going to stick with that 9 o'clock, or will they opening at 7? I was just wondering, being it says 9 o'clock in the booklet, are we going to stick with that as an opening time, or is it going to be like 7 o'clock like it has been in the past?
Okay, he's talking about the party after the parade, the open houses. The open houses are supposed to start at 9 o'clock. They're supposed to start at 9 o'clock for the last whatever years. And we know that when the parade's over and people wander back here, they start opening them up early. And that's unfortunate because then not everybody gets to, because people come around at 9 o'clock and they go, well, we're all out of everything. So if you would try to hold out till 9 o'clock, as close as possible, it would be appreciated by all. And we can, that's the fairest way to do it. I mean, to start changing times now wouldn't be very cool. So let's go ahead and make it 9 o'clock. Take your time getting back from the parade. Stop at the post and say hi.
Thank you, Commander.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Commander. All right, do we have anything else? All right, let me real quickly thank everybody. This has been a great experience for me. Oh, tomorrow? Oh, okay. Never mind. It hadn't been that great today. All right. We'll go ahead and wait till tomorrow, and we will call on benediction from our chaplain.
Bet you thought I left, didn't you? I was standing behind the commander. I said, I bet you thought I left. But I want to tell you, this has been a true honor for me to have served this wonderful, great organization as your chaplain this year. I picked this prayer, and it basically goes, from my God and from me to you. I've always wanted to say this. And now is this in my like I said to the commander one time, can I tell a story? He said, you're the chaplain. You can do anything you want to do. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine upon your face, and the rays fall soft on your field. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the hollow of his hand. God bless you all. Amen.
You better put that on. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll leave those in place. Yeah, they'll be in place for tomorrow, I think. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Sergeant Arms, please recognize the colors of our country. Oh, I'm sorry. Retired POW MIA colors, please, on cover. Cover. Sergeant Arms, now please respect the colors of our country.
Mayfield Post 330, retire in the color. Present, mark.
No, no. Is it? Oh.
Prepare to retreat. Well, at a half step, close the rank, forward, pull.
All right. Don't forget to vote early and vote often. We're in recess. I saw that on yesterday's, on tomorrow's, about the, oh, yeah, about the retirement of the colors, and I'm going, oh, we only have one set of colors?